It was the Halloween of 1999 in the quiet town of Maple Hollow, where orange jack-o'-lanterns flickered on every doorstep and the sound of children's laughter echoed through the chilly evening air. 6 close friends, Liam, Sarah, Noah, Emma, Jake, and Aiden, had been waiting for this night all year. They dressed up as a vampire, witch, ghost, pirate, skeleton, and superhero, their laughter bright against the darkening sky. As they roamed the streets shouting trick or treat, they didn't notice how the fog had started creeping in, swallowing the distant houses one by one. Their bags filled with candy, the kids decided to take one last walk before heading home, wandering toward the far end of Birch Street where the old Maple Park stood behind a rusted iron gate. It was a place the townsfolk avoided, abandoned for years, overgrown with vines, and rumored to be haunted. That's when they saw him, a boy standing still near the gate, wearing a pale, blood-stained mask that looked eerily real, with deep black eyes staring through the holes. His costume didn't match theirs, it looked old, wrong, like it didn't belong to this time. When Liam called out, "Hey, nice costume," the boy didn't reply, he only tilted his head slowly and pointed toward the park. Sarah hesitated, whispering that they should go home, but Liam grinned and said, "Let's play one last game, hide and seek." The strange boy nodded, stepped forward stiffly, and in a deep, echoing voice that didn't sound like a child's, whispered, "I'll count, you hide." The air grew colder. The moonlight dimmed behind clouds as the 6 kids scattered through the broken playground, hiding behind the swings, the slide, and the rusted benches. The boy's voice began to count, 1, 2, 3, low and hollow, each number dragging longer than the last. The swings began to move on their own, creaking in rhythm with his voice. 4, 5, 6, the laughter faded. 7, 8, 9, leaves rustled though there was no wind. 10. Silence. The park was still. Liam peeked from behind a tree and saw no one. His flashlight flickered weakly as he whispered the others' names, but there was no answer. Only the sound of the swing chains clinking in the darkness. He walked slowly, his breath trembling in the cold. On the ground, he found Emma's ghost sheet, torn and dirty. A few feet away lay Jake's candy bucket, spilled open, chocolates crushed into the mud. He turned to run, but the iron gate was gone, only thick fog surrounded him. Then, from behind the swings, a figure appeared, the boy in the mask, standing completely still, the stitched fabric of his mask stretching as if something beneath it moved. The swing creaked once, twice, and then everything went black. Later that night, parents began calling their children's names through the streets, knocking on doors, asking neighbors, until panic spread and the police were called. Flashing blue and red lights filled the night as officers searched the park. But when they entered, they found nothing, no children, no candy, no footprints. Only a single mask lying in the dirt, wet with something that looked like blood. The CCTV cameras facing Birch Street had captured the kids walking toward the park at exactly 9:01 p.m., but at 9:02, the footage went dark. It stayed black for an entire hour, then flickered back on at 10:07 p.m. showing only the empty park. The tapes were reviewed dozens of times, nothing could explain it. For days, search teams scoured every inch of Maple Hollow, drained the nearby creek, questioned every resident, no trace was ever found. The town fell silent, grief and fear replacing laughter. Weeks later, people began reporting strange things. Late at night, some said they heard children laughing faintly from the direction of Maple Park. Others swore they saw 6 shadows under the swings, and behind them, a taller figure in the same blood-stained mask, its hollow eyes glowing faintly through the fog. The town council fenced off the park, declaring it unsafe, but every Halloween since, the same chilling things happen. Fog covers Birch Street early, the swings begin to move on their own, and somewhere in the mist, a voice begins to count slowly, 1, 2, 3. Those who live nearby say that if you stop and listen, you can still hear the laughter of 6 children fading into the wind. The case remains open. The files are still there in the Maple Hollow Police Archives, marked unsolved. And to this day, no one knows who that masked boy was, or what really happened in Maple Park on Halloween night, 1999.